I should really message a friend and see if I can convince her to bring me booze.
Really,
Yeah,
should.
sounds better than tea. Not that tea's bad.
Yeah.
Show me I left on
But
food.
I know.
I brew.
Yeah, the benchmarks can be a little bit deceiving though from like QT. Not that they're like, I wouldn't say they're wrong, but more like the numbers you see in the test golem are not going to be as high as you would see in actual encounters, because like even if you're only using the buffs that like they say are raid buffs, you're not going to have 100% banner uptime. You're going to have, not quite 100%. You're not going to have 100% glyph uptime. Not going to have 100% spirit uptime, and the golem system doesn't really let you simulate that. Not to mention mechanical mistakes and actual encounters having to deal with more stuff too. And in Fractals, I mean, we don't have like a composition that's guaranteeing all the same buffs. But it is still a really good relative comparison about like what you can expect to like compare certain characters to for most.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get an idea. Are you ready? Yeah, there's some luck involved.
Yeah, if I'm doing like an actual group or something, I always want to use the actual numbers I can get from a real meter.
That's why I love meters. So glad when they said that they were okay.
Yeah, I do wish they'd be. I like understand why they're not being like more like exact about it, because they're still saying they're still kind of wishy-washy about like meters are okay for this, but it's not like this meter is okay. And I understand why they can't do that, but it's still frustrating to be like still get this like which feature is okay and which feature isn't, because you're kind of like they're kind of saying certain features that are available aren't okay, but they aren't explicitly like calling it out as that, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
To like figure out, because I know like there was a recent kerfluffle on Reddit about
Yeah, I saw.
adding like health bars, which I totally get they don't want to add, but they seem
Why
to
do you get
insinuate
that? That
like,
seems WoW had that.
I'm
by
not
default.
saying I don't want them. I'm saying like sure they can say they don't want it, right? But like there also seems to imply the idea that the buff uptime monitor wouldn't be considered acceptable to them.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? Like that doesn't make sense. But they're not outright saying that, and so it's confusing to me, because it's like you're saying measure DPS, and this is like a pretty big important thing to know about DPS, and like kind of implying that it's not okay, but not outright saying it's not okay was what's so frustrating. It's like I want them to say yes or no, rather than like make vague statements about gathering DPS means this, and then it can be reinterpreted by people in a weird way that doesn't make sense.
I really hope that they don't ban this DPS.
Do a lot with the game originated. Like we don't want to have rating like WoW.
Yeah,
we don't want it to be a time sink, and then they sort of compromised on that with the new rating system, and are still trying to figure out where the balance is of what they want, because it's no longer aligned.
It's definitely no longer we don't have hard group content that needs that, so you shouldn't have that, because the whole point was to make people be like, oh, this game isn't about the elitists, like you can't do stuff, and they're trying to balance that, but it's a really hard balance, I think, to like do. And they're still trying to figure out where do the developers want that line to be, and the community is split on it, because there's lots of people who want it to be one way, and there's lots of people who are like want to be able to run their whatever build and have and be able to feel justified that no one can say your build isn't as good as this other build, even though like you can say it, and people are always going to say that, and like I don't mind, people can run what they want and have fun, but like you can't and shouldn't argue with what's like a fact about what people can achieve.
Serena.
Oh, we're going the wrong way. Yeah.
I don't see. Yeah, I was like, there's a gate right in front of us. Oh, no one's here.
Whatever. I'm gonna rally and come back that way now. Yeah, I'm really good at these things, I swear.
Switch my
Yeah,
pet
so
for
I am really
mortgages.
glad that they've changed their stance at least somewhat, and they're still kind of evaluating what that's going to be. At least it means they're more open to like the possibility of some of those features, rather than like flat out, you can't do that because we said so, even though it's really valuable and we know why you want it.
Yeah, it just means the messaging can be really tough around it.
Right. And that's what's so frustrating right now, is it's like, because the comment I'm referring to is like Chris Clear came out and said like BGDM doesn't he's considering it non-compliant and that it hasn't been compliant for quite a while, but he didn't actually say why he thought it wasn't compliant. And that's the part that I'm like, if you're gonna say why it isn't, at least say exactly why it isn't, instead of saying that it's not. But and you don't have to say like, I don't want them to promise that like I said, you know, I don't want Chris to say this meter is acceptable, and then have other people go, well, you said it was acceptable, and then it changed, and now it's not acceptable, and why are you banning me?
That's why he doesn't want to say. He doesn't want to bless any of them.
Right, but like, if they're gonna say a certain feature isn't allowed, I think they should outright say it's not allowed, and because it's fine to be negative and say that isn't allowed, because at least you're narrowing the focus more, which is better than saying nothing and making people wonder, is that allowed or isn't it? And am I going to be in trouble or not? And yeah.
I knew the ballista would knock me into there.
Kill you guys. Not here. This is an Aether Blade. I can't play Minesweeper with you.
Did I forget to reset the timer? Has it been 9 minutes? 10 minutes?
I'm at 750. But I let it run for the 2-minute discussion at the beginning.
Then yeah, I forgot to reset it, but...
It's not ticking up right now, so...
That too.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't dodge into the group.
That'd be nice.
Living is overrated.
I can't believe Furry is still grunting.
Yeah.
Danny. Picked up from LFG forever ago.
Nice. Did you actually like advertise what it was?
Yeah, I said like Fractals 1 through 100 marathon. I think we were at 42 at the time, I want to say. I thought Falcon was in for the long haul, and then he cut out.
At 60?
That's 60. How do you 1 through 60? It's only been 11 hours. Into T4.
I ended up missing the ones. I need like 5 more from 50 to 75.
Aw, damn.
I think they're all the ones like right before I joined in. which is fine. I'll probably when I started this, I needed most of them, so like the top half was all good to get.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I'll probably just try to LFG like randomly sometime and get them and deal with whoever I get.
As they're the T1, T2, T3 dailies, you'll randomly get them.
Yeah, I've been looking for some of them, but I'm not actually certain how common some of those are for dailies, especially because a lot of times there'll be like 2 choices for the fractal, but people won't like the one that with bad instabilities.
I'm talking about the
I
random.
don't know. Doesn't want to run like the lower tier of the daily
That's
fractal.
the other
I
thing,
never
not
do.
As many people want to run.
Whenever it's T4 dailies, I never run the easier of the version in T4.
Right.
I feel like I get better loot when I don't.
You do get slightly better, like, loot, I think.
The
Just
higher, like the higher difficulty ones tend to be the easy ones, anyways.
Sometimes.
Because they don't have poison trails.
usually
I feel like
skip
that's
out
not
on-
true for urban though, or something, or volcanic. There's one where it's
there's
like,
one or two that
yeah,
isn't easier.
and no one does that.
Yeah. Most of them are like you skip out. The higher tier one doesn't have toxic trails, so it's actually more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, the big problem with tier 3 is like most people who are new to fractals can do tier 1 and tier 2, so you'll find LFGs for people who are inexperienced, but at least you'll find people. But tier 3 is in this weird spot where most people who like get good enough at fractals
That's
are gonna go
true.
and say, oh, I could get to tier 4, so why would I do tier 3 when I could just get to tier 4? Because I mean, all you need is the agony. You don't actually have to have the level, right?
And you can buy that pretty cheap.
Right. And so I found it pretty hard to get them. And part of that is I haven't like actively tried to like go and say, today I'm gonna go get all, a bunch of them. So
It's so easy to get agony. In fact, if you just whisper me, I will give you a stack of agony.
Thank you for picking up on that plug.
That what?
Plug. Hint. Pitch. Setup.
Glory holders?
alright, what's next? Higgs, tell us what's next. You have this memorized. What's
80 is
fractal?
solid ocean. Oh wait, no. What's 79? Or below solid ocean? I don't know.
Oh.
I caught it already.
29. Go. us.
Yeah. If anyone whispers me, first 3 people to whisper me, each one gets a stack of 250 agony infusion. I've been saying that this whole time, and no one's yet taken me up on it.
Nobody outside the party has whispered. You.
Yes. That is true.
We going? We waiting?
Go for it. I'm selling stuff as quick as I can while we're...
Oh, I should salvage things before I overflow.
Delay is brutal. He knew.
So, we killing or we running past?
Running past.
Yeah.
Ah,
Higgs.
crippled.
Give us smoke screen. Ooh, that's not good. Poison, huh? Oh my god. Okay, running through, huh?
Ow.
Can I give you agony? You can give me agony, that's fine. It's working in reverse.
You decided.
I'm getting whispers to give people to get agony. We could die and then try again.
Okay, I'm dead. Arena
Kill
made it
the
up.
shit.
I'll get up here.
Ow.
There we go. I'm out of combat for you.
There's no checkpoint up there, right?
I won't get out of combat. I think they're killing their way up now.
What?
Down
Boss
again.
man.
Oh, Oh, you got mossed.